3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and today I'm going to review the Ancel engine Superstarter. This is the BS200. Now if ever you've had to use one of those lithium ion booster packs, this thing permanently installs and may make those booster packs obsolete now because it's a permanent addition to your vehicle that's going to ensure that, well, you should never get stranded. So let's check it out. So this is what's in the box. So we have a little manual, but why do you need it? You have me. We have some plastic zip ties, and then we have the booster itself. Nice soft wires, and they are a decent gauge. So we have one negative lead, and we have a positive lead with a protector, so when we install it, it doesn't touch anything. I like that. And we have 2 clamps, which can be used in an emergency if you have to connect it to another vehicle. So if you're curious, the Superstarter is 9 inches long this way. It's about 3.5 inches wide, and height is about 2 inches. Now it charges with the engine running normally, but it does have a little cover here, a little piece of rubber there I can pull out there, and it does charge via USB-C. So if you wanted to charge it up with the USB-C cord, you could do that as well, but it's probably easier just to let the car do all the work. So let's plug it in. Kind of curious how this is going to charge up. So I do have a USB-C connector, and I'm just going to plug it in. And if we take a look here, we can see it is offline and it is low on charge. You can see that's the flashing red light. Once it starts charging, we should see a green light, and there you go. You just saw that flicker, and that light will stay on continuously once it's charged. Now I should mention this Superstarter has a 700 amp capacity for boost and can undergo 100,000 cycles of charge and discharge without failure. All right, so now it's time to test it out. So what are we gonna test it out on? Well, we are going to use this Lexus vehicle right here, and if you look, ouch, there is the charging cord. I do have a Trickle charger on it, and there is the Trickle charger right there. Now, just so you know, it isn't actually flashing. It's just because I'm shooting at 30 frames per second. I should have shot this at 60 frames per second and it would have been flashing. But anyway, the Superstarter is a much safer alternative because I don't need a Trickle charger because it will provide a boost that we need if the battery runs a little low, and can start your car if your battery has as little as 5 volts, which is pretty much a dead battery. So that's pretty good. What I want to do now is test it out. So I'm just going to see if I can install it in this Lexus. Now keep in mind, this Lexus has a very, very tight engine bay. Now if you're doing regular work on your car, you should get yourself a good set of trim clips. They come in super handy and they don't break clips, which is really nice. You saw there, I use the Mueller Cupes ones. They work very well, but there's also much more affordable options. I'll throw a link in the description below. Now I'm just trying to see if I can close the hood and make everything fit. So let's give the hood a slam here. Let's close it. I don't think anything was touching. The hood is not raised here, so it does fit underneath. However, I did have one problem, and that was I was able to fit the Superstarter in, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get the plastic piece back into the Lexus. There it is there. So the Lexus is just a little bit too tight, but we are under the hood of a Jeep here, and you can see there is lots of room for it to fit. No issues here. Let's look under the hood of another vehicle. How about this Subaru Crosstrek? Here, if we take a look underneath, you can see no issues whatsoever. We can slip it right in here and even zip tie it up. It would be very, very easy to install in this Subaru Crosstrek. However, we are going to use the Lexus for this video, and the reason I want to use the Lexus for the video is it has the worst battery of all. You can see here, it's at only 63%. So I'm monitoring the app right now, and let's see what happens when I start it. All right, so the Superstarter has discharged and the battery is now charging. So those have changed. It says starter successful. And if we zoom back here, you can see there's a graph, and press this button right here. We can see last discharge current 457 amps. So that was the discharge current from the Superstarter. Let's go into the settings and change it to Fahrenheit. I don't know if you caught it, but the last temperature was in Celsius and it was 15 degrees Celsius. Now we are in Fahrenheit. So let's see what happens again when we start it up. Now, if you're wondering why it hasn't changed, you can see here on the little magnifying glass, this is still the old one, and there is the new one has popped up. There's our voltage right now. You can see it's bouncing around. We are in Fahrenheit, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. There's our voltage. And if we look at the actual discharge current this time, we can see it is less. It is only 342 amps. So definitely less than last time. And if you're wondering why it's less, because it was 457 the first time, it's because the engine is getting a little bit warmer and the battery's starting to charge up. So the Superstarter doesn't have to put out as much. And after each start, you can see a graph is generated and it tells you your battery voltage and the starter current. So I really like that. And the other thing is you can see there's a forced start. So from your phone, you can remotely discharge the Superstarter. So I really like that. So you don't need two people, say for example, someone under the hood to press the button. You can just do that from your phone. So I really like that. Here I'm zooming in on the voltage range during the start. And in the menu, you can set a number of features like daily power notification, abnormal cranking notifications, and a power alarm. So it really has a lot of cool features. One of the things that I did like is one of the metrics that it can keep track of is your start quantity. So how many times your vehicle has started. This is important because you'd be able to draw an inference if your battery is beginning to fail or not. But most importantly, where is the end destination for this Ancel Superstarter? Well, it is in this VW Venagon that I am rebuilding. It is a camper van. And if you're wondering what they look like, I did throw up a picture of the other one that I do own. So they are really cool. But hey, we're getting off topic here. Back to the issue at hand. Where is the Ancel Superstarter going to be installed? Right under the seat, right here. This way, when I'm camping and maybe lose track of time, I don't have to worry about running my battery down and ever being left stranded. So what did I think about the Ancel BS200 engine Superstarter? Well, it's smart enough to tell you when the battery is not connected, so you don't have to worry about loose connections. But most of all, this is sort of a first on the market. I haven't seen any other product like this. So I think it's a great idea and I give it 2 thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I am GarageKing and I will see you all again soon. Thanks everyone.